I look forward to hearing our witnesses.
The gentleman yield for a moment. Will the gentleman yield?
His opening statement. We want to go to Mr. Sensenbrenner.
Not permitting Mr. Schumer to yield to me.
Not at this point, no. Mr. Sensenbrenner, the gentleman from Wisconsin, recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I also salute you for calling timely hearings on the disaster in Waco. I think it is very plain that the function of this hearing should not be to second-guess the activities of either the FBI or the Department of Justice, nor should it be to micromanage either of these agencies. That's not the role of the Congress of the United States. And furthermore, we should not be involving politicians in either the executive or legislative branches of government in operational decisions in law enforcement agencies. The people of this country expect the decisions of law enforcement to be free from politics and severely chastise anybody who tries to bring politics into those types of law enforcement decisions. But the Waco operation had a result that none of us desired, and that was the deaths of all of the people who were inside the compound a week ago last Monday. Thus, it's legitimate for this committee, in discharging its oversight functions over law enforcement, to ask what went wrong and how we can learn from the mistakes that were made in the Waco operation to prevent that from happening again. I think that the principal focus of this committee's activity should be to look into the chain of command. What types of options were presented? By whom? Who reviewed those options? And who eventually signed off on those options before April the 19th? In conclusion, I would like to state my personal admiration for the activities and brave behavior of both the FBI and ATF agents who were on the scene in Waco, and again express my personal condolences to the families of those ATF agents who passed away at the time of the first assault. I also think it is important that everybody realize that no one on this committee holds anyone but David Koresh responsible for the tragic deaths of those who died within that compound. He was the one that brought them there, he was the one that kept them there, and he was the one that led them to their deaths in the fire that occurred at the time the FBI stormed the compound a week ago Monday. Anybody that seriously says that the FBI or law enforcement was at fault or really didn't know what was happening down there or cared not to listen. So I would hope that we could get into the business of overseeing the FBI, the Justice Department, and the ATF here so that all of us can learn from this very tragic activity and so that the word can go out to anybody that is contemplating holding innocent people hostages, as Mr. Koresh did, that law enforcement will be able to get to them and hopefully have a result that will bring those who are guilty of committing crimes to justice in a court of law rather than the tragic outcome that occurred in Waco.